excuse me, moved by the movie because something that I don't normally see expressed, and this isn't necessarily mainstream, but expresses how wanted these children are. I almost feel that even within the progressive movement, there's almost this kind of thinking that the best thing a disadvantaged mother can do for her child is to have that child grow. Like there's this idea that, if you're in this situation, maybe you just don't want to be having babies. There isn't this accepting people where they are because, poor people want to have children and love those children just as much as privileged people.
Did you identify the organization you're from?
My name is Mary, and I work for an organization called National Advocates for Pregnant Women. And they kind of work at the intersection of rights for pregnant women and the criminal justice system. So a lot of the mothers that we see are either, are in trouble with the child welfare system in some way or the other, or a lot of them are also drug using. And my organization tries to not only do the education portion to say, well, a lot of the things that people associate with, say, drug use have to do with poverty, and there's no way to tease those issues apart. And and the other piece that they tend to do is work on legislation that tries to use these unsympathetic drug-using women to overturn Roe v. Wade. Because if you could establish personhood laws by saying, if you throw these women in jail for saying you harmed your baby, then you're setting this precedent that the baby's a person, and therefore Roe v. Wade is just overturned in that kind of way. But I was just really moved by the fact that, just this afternoon, I was talking to a social worker at a prison, and her idea, she was like, I just can't understand why these women keep having babies. Saying to her, well, sometimes it's just a chance for them to start over, to do it right. Like, even if you're teaching these women all these things, they're learning and they figure it's a new chance. My babies have been taken away, and this is a chance for me to just sort of start over fresh. And I just thought it was really powerful to have that expressed, to see, whatever their problems were, even if, he was smoking all night, right. He really, really still wanted his
Well, I appreciate you saying that, because it's one of those things I think we kind of took for granted, except for in the case of him, of the guy. Because how often do you see a black male talking so passionately about his child?